We see you, we see you. After midnight, still grading. We see you. Your own money for supplies. We see you. Fighting for that quiet child. We see you. Teacher, teacher, don't give up. Teacher, teacher, you're enough.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'll be looking at the chat on YouTube to see our responses. Good evening, global educators. Good evening. Someone says good evening, global educators to be. Are we global educators to be? I think you're already in the process of becoming, right? So mm, I don't know if I should accept global educators to be, or I should just say we are global educators already. So good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. For those that went to Owambe, let me know in the chat how was the party? How was the party? How was the party? I hope we've left the energy back where it is, and today we are ready for class. Oh, someone says we're enjoying the song. Oh my god. Don't worry, we'll send you the link to the song. We'll send you the link to the song. The song is available on Hot Deal Mark. Yeah, good evening, good evening, good evening. If you have your friend who is not here, please go back and tell them that we are live. Let them know we are live. Good evening. How is everybody doing? All right, so I would love to read what are our expectations for tonight. What are your expectations for tonight? What are you looking forward to? If you've not been in the teacher architect finishing school, right? Don't worry, the session tonight is going to blow your mind, and I promise you by the end of the session, nobody is going to tell you before you get to register for the teacher architect finishing school. However, I need you to sit back today, tonight, enjoy the session first. But I want to know what your expectations are, especially if you if you attended or you were part of the watch party yesterday. Let me know what you look forward to today. Let me know what you look forward to today. If you attended that watch party yesterday, you know that there was a whole lot of wisdom that was thrown at us. A whole lot of wisdom. Yeah, so let me know what are your expectations for today? What are you looking forward to? I'll be in the chat. I will be reading. I will be in the chat. I will be reading. I will be reading the chat. I will be reading in the chat. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. I'm waiting. I've not gotten any response, right? I've not gotten any response about our expectations. What are your expectations? What are your expectations? Someone says she's ready. He or she is ready. That is awesome. Great one. Great one. Great one. Great one. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to? What mindset do you think is going to shift today? Okay, someone said that they were stressful. I went to sow some seed in the farm today. Awesome. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, someone says, oh, okay, I'm getting the expectations now. More learning relevant to my personal and professional development. Trust me, you're in the right place. You are in the right place. You are in the right place. You are in the right place. So just sit back, relax, get your notes, get your pen, and journey with us tonight. Yeah, let me get more expectations. Let me get more expectations. Everybody should be joining this session with an expectation. Please, you need to be joining this session with your expectation. Come with something that you are looking forward to. Okay, someone says he or she is ready for personal development. Good evening. Okay, someone says application on how to do things differently. I know there is more to me. I love that. Okay, another person says super ready to learn, unlearn and relearn the more. Thank you. Another person is saying I am looking forward to changes in the way I teach my children or my kids effectively. Awesome, awesome expectations, awesome expectations. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. All right. So someone is saying that it's in session 4 and this is their first. Okay, I want to believe that the person is not in teacher architect finishing school. And if you are there and this is your first, oh my God, let's talk about this later. All right, so someone says he or she wants to become the global teacher. Okay, so now as we keep the expectation coming, I will welcome Dr. Kachi.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Evening, ma'am.
Good evening. It's Saturday weekend, so I'm grateful for those of you who have joined in here. I'll turn this off now. Okay. So welcome. We're going to try to keep things simple, but also very focused on what we've been doing in TAFs. Okay. So I want to welcome those of you who are joining us for the very, very first time. You haven't joined us before. I saw someone's comment saying, this is session 4, and I'm joining for the first time. So if you're in our teacher architects finishing school, this is week 4 for us. Okay. So I want to welcome those of you coming for the first time. If you've been on our wait list or if you've been in one of our TTT groups, then perhaps you've been watching from outside. And we wanted to invite you inside the room today so that you have a taste of what happens with our teacher architects finishing school. Okay. So you're going to witness what the final class is for cohort 1. We onboarded our first cohort where we had 260 educators over 4 weeks. And 4 weeks ago, they sat where you are, at this point. So perhaps you're wondering, you're even watching, and you're still sitting on the fence. Should I join this thing or should I not? I want you to stay with us tonight, okay? Everything you see here is real. This is how we've been operating for weeks. And everything you hear happened in real classrooms, and everything you would hear has happened across different classrooms in Nigeria, in Ghana, in the last 4 weeks. By the time we close tonight, and this is for those who are joining us for the first time, you're not in the school, you will know whether Teacher Architect Finishing School is for you. But this is usually our teaching session, an opportunity to catch up on what has happened through the week, our learning for the week, and an opportunity to answer the questions people have sent in. Okay, so I hope that gives you some clarity. And to our TAP students, welcome. You know the drill. This is what we do every Friday. Today we're having it on Saturday. So let's get right into it. I'm going to do 2 things. I know Evelyn had already asked you what your expectations were for today, but I want you to answer. Okay, so if you're a first timer or you're not in the school, I want you to say what brought you here. Why have you come here? So it's similar to what your expectations are. But now I want you to answer me. What has brought you to this live session? That's 1. Just give us like straight answers. Why are you here? Okay. For those in TAF, so one of the key things that we follow is your ability to go through with instructions. So I've just said for those who are joining us for the first time or you're not in the school, use the chat section to say what your clear expectations are for this night's class. And I'm going to move very quickly. You know, it's Saturday, people will go to church tomorrow. For our students, I want you to look at this link. I'm going to share my screen. And what I want you to do is in one word. I'm not asking you for more than one word, but each time you type in this, put in just one word. Okay? In one word, we've been going through FP 101, which is the architect core. What did FP 101 give to you? So I'm going to put up this link. I'm going to share my screen first, and I would share that with you. Okay. Can I have TTT people put up the link for people, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, you shared this link. Good. So I'm going to just share my screen so that you see what people are putting up. In one word, in one word. Sorry, I'm trying to get my screen. For some reason, I have so many things open. Okay, let me go back to it. Yeah. So in one word, I want to see people join this Slido and tell me what they are, what FP 101 has done for them. I can see some answers coming in. Don't know if you can see my screen. It comes and it goes off. 1 second, I'll try again. Can you see my, yeah, okay. So can you join and let me know in one word? I'll give you time to answer that, 3 to 5 minutes. Just tell us if you're a student in TAPS, what TAPS has done for you, FP 101 specifically, what it has done for you in the last 4 weeks. What did it give you? So I'm just going to be quiet and listening. What did FP 101 give you? Good. Keep it coming. If you're a TAP student, this is specifically for you. So in one word, what did FP 101 give you? And if you're joining for the first time, you're either, you've been on the wait list, or perhaps you've just been a TTT member in one of our groups and you're wondering, why have I joined this live session? You must have come with intention. So what's that? That should go in the YouTube chat. Keep bringing, keep your things coming in. So TAP students, you should be using the Slido link. Please, can the team share that again so that TAP students see? So one word, not two. So clarity and naming to all practices I've been practicing. That's two. You can enter 2 words, but we want just 1 word at a time. I see that TAP students are also using I'm looking at YouTube on my phone. So I see that they're also using the YouTube link and putting those, but you should actually use the Slido link. Use the link that is being shared. If you're a TAP student, I'm going to put it in our group as well. Okay. Evelyn, can you put that in the group for them so that they can answer there? Can you? Okay, keep them coming. So this is specifically for TAPS people. They should use the Slido. Every other person, your expectations for the evening should go into the chat on YouTube. No, not TAPS. Share how FP, what did FP 101 give you? Only FP 101. We haven't even scratched the surface of TAPS yet. Okay. More answers. Keep them coming, please. Okay. I can still see people typing from my end. So are you saying? Okay. Keep it coming. For those on YouTube, exposure, upgrade. Rebranding. Okay. Can you see what is happening? More people are typing, so I'm just going to give 2 more minutes and people type. For those who are in tabs, use the Slido link. For people who are just joining us, you're not in the school, use YouTube link. Okay. So I see some students I can identify. Dinah, you're a tab student, you should be using the Slido link. Patience, you should be using the Slido link. Mary Rosanna, Slido link. Olasumbo, Slido link. Martha, Slido link. These are tab students I'm calling. Oluwasegun, Slido link. Obimi Grace, Slido link. You should be using the Slido link. Because digital awareness and being able to use digital tools is one of the things you're learning here as well. So you should be using the Slido link. Okay, I'm going to be shutting down this link in a few minutes. Morale, transformation, exposure, understanding, clarity, confidence, change, purpose, reawakening, the 4 C's, an upgrade, enlightening. We don't have all tab students here, but we have 260 of them from the first cohort. And one of the biggest things is clarity. Clarity. Can you see how it is like highlighted? A lot of people are typing in clarity. Can you see? Transformation is another big word. Transformation. So it means a lot of people are typing in transformation. Nkechi, don't worry, we're just starting. We haven't gone anywhere. Rebranding. Diana, you're meant to be on Slido. More people are still typing. Revelation, worthwhile. Awakening. Can you see? Okay. Proficient. Okay, we have 37 people trying to type at the moment. Okay, but these are real updates from real people. Yeah, real updates from real people. I haven't prepared any slides, but we're going to go through this, which is the usual way we go through our classes and our live sessions, where we're answering questions based on what has been learnt, based on practices that are being applied in classrooms now, real classrooms, not audio classrooms, based on the change that people are experiencing. Okay, so I hope this gives you like, see what you have become in 4 weeks. See what you have been able to do and get in 4 weeks. And if you're a TAF student, I hope that this is making you feel good about yourself. In 4 weeks, you can say this, and we haven't scratched the surface of it yet. We're just starting. We're just starting. Hope. I like that one. Hope. Insight. Staying power. Okay, I'm going to shut this down. I won't shut it down, I'll just stop sharing, and I would, you can keep answering. At the end of the day, we'll revisit it. So if something comes to your mind and you're like, I need to still enter that word, I'm not going to shut it down for now. Just keep putting it in the Slido if you're a TAF student. Okay, so I'll stop sharing my screen and we're going to go straight into this class. Like I said, I have no slides. I'm just looking so that I'm not distracted from YouTube or by YouTube. Okay. So okay. So if you're just joining us, please don't feel lost. We have people who are not in the school, and we have people in our school. So we have two audiences. Okay. And we've seen what people have done. So the next thing we're going to do, which is our usual practice, is go through the questions that were sent in. We had, I think, about 7 questions. So I'm going to read them to you, and I'll tell you my perspective or my approach to it. So the first thing is this. Someone says, reading through the schedule for Module 4, there is a clear instruction that I shouldn't proceed if I have not completed some forms from Module 3. My worry is this: what is the mode of submission of things that we failed and which ones are to be submitted? I asked because Module 2 indicates that we don't need to submit some, so I'm confused about how to proceed now. Okay, so thank you, whoever sent in this question. Thank you for asking this. Now, you already have your reflection activities. There are things specifically, that we ask you to do every day across modules 2 and 3. These are part of your portfolio. Okay, it's part of your teacher architect dossier. You already know that. They are for you. They are part of your learning journey. You're not submitting them to us. Okay, they are ungraded, particularly because the goal is not for you to send in something that will submit, we're going to mark. It's your honest reflection. I'm not after performance. I'm after your honest reflection. Now, the activities that are marked as required before you proceed to Module 4, if it is the activities on the learning platform, those ones require a response from you before the system can move you on to the next thing. So if you've completed those activities, then you can go on. But if you're still unsure which specific activity is blocking your progress, so it could be one of the assessments on the platform or activities for you, then you need to tell us what exactly. You know that the resolution desk is open 9 to 10 every day, 4 to 5 p.m. every day, and I'm in the group, and the team is in the group 7:30 every day. Okay, so if there's still something you're confused about, then please put it in the group. Okay. Now, the second question is, thank you very much, Dr. Kachi and team, for enriching our capacity as teachers, the passion, the motivation, the knowledge. However, I wish to find out if, aside using AI to plan and design lessons, this learning package has provisions to teach us specific usage of some of the AI tools in creating video lessons, online teaching, and the like. The reason is most of us are handicapped in the use of the AI tools in this regard, and I must say is the reason for the fear whenever one hears of AI. I'm in Ghana and I'm a math teacher in secondary school. Personally, I need this AI knowledge because, one, currently my country is running a new curriculum which is in line exactly with what the Teacher Architect Finishing School is doing. It just highlighted over these 4 weeks, and I must congratulate you for this initiative, boosting my morale and all of that. Good. Okay. Second, to respond more effectively, I'm not sure I get this full question. I need to utilize it's very long, and I'm trying to look at the Google form. Utilize my expertise in the subject to benefit my learners and the larger communities who need my expertise. Thank you and hope to hear from you. Okay, so whoever sent this, thank you for asking this or sending me this question. I actually feel good, reading that you're in Ghana and that what we're doing in the school aligns with what Ghana is introducing. Okay, so this just really confirms something to me and to us in Train the Trainer. The finishing system we've been talking about, the finishing school, is now going to be demanded by the systems that we find ourselves in. I shared an ebook this morning and I said, please go and read it. And we've had some technical glitches all day. So for some reason, people can't read it, haven't read it completely. But those who have, I said, look at 60, that, number 60, there is a new breed of educators that are springing up. You must refuse to be comfortable. Many of us get so comfortable in what we've been doing, what we've learned. There is a new breed of educators that the system in Africa, the system globally, would not be able to ignore. Okay? So this question you've asked and all the confirmations you've sent in, you're really confirming that the finishing that we've been talking about, the system refused to give. The system refused to give African educators is now going to be demanded by the systems themselves, whether we like it or not. So once that link is up again, I want you to go and read it. Take time, just set out 30 minutes to read that ebook. I put it out on the 29th of December or 27th of December, just before we crossed into 2026. There's a new breed of educators. You must get uncomfortable being comfortable. Okay? And you must become comfortable being uncomfortable with where you are and what you're doing. Now, this person also asked a question about fear. So, let me say this. The fear that comes when anybody mentions AI is not about the tools. So let's just address this one first. It is not about the tools. It is about you not being given or shown that the tools were built for someone exactly like you. The fear is not about the tools. Okay? So I want you to know you're already teaching maths, you're teaching it at secondary school level. You're a subject specialist and you have years of experience. However, what is happening in Ghana, and I think Nigeria did this towards we started this new curriculum thing towards October, September last year. The system is now asking you to step into a different kind of teaching. So one thing I want to say to you first, so that you relax, is that you have the most important thing already, and that is your expertise. Nobody can take that from you. What you should look at AI tools as the infrastructure. Okay? When we get into the AI pathway, we're going to go deeper. We haven't started. We're going to go deeper into this. So I want you to just stay with us, continue to, don't be afraid. When we go into the AI pathway, you will go deeper and you would understand this. So don't be afraid of AI. Tools and infrastructure. Nobody can take away your expertise, your experience, and your years of service. Okay? But before I move on to the next question, I want to say something. Because somebody has, a few people have chatted me privately, and I think it has also been asked in the group. Around this whole thing about can we make AI videos and things, and you've seen some of our AI videos, right? So Inside the school, Model 4, we've already covered that in Model 4 of FP 101. Now you're going to cover this in the AI and Future Ready Educator pathway. You will have a solid foundation. What the basics you should know for teaching is not like what you're seeing everywhere. People are just throwing prompts, and then I said to you, you're going to understand it from an insider perspective. Okay? You're going to understand what it means for your role, how to use it with integrity, because a lot of people are not using AI ethically. And you're going to understand how to use it as a tool rather than a threat. I've always said this, those who know how to use AI or those who don't know how to use AI will be replaced by those who know how to use AI. It's not a threat. That's the reality. So that is what this school is designed to give you, okay, and to make you understand. Now, I want to also be transparent with you, very transparent. I mentioned this in our first class, and I think I've mentioned it in the group. Last year, we were in Nigeria training teachers in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Owerri, and Abuja. And in Lagos and Owerri, we had AI certifications given out. And I said to you, we will be having AI training, which is independent of the school. Okay? So we're releasing something completely separate. This is specialist AI training that goes significantly deeper. You're going to be looking into specific tools, specific skills, video creation, content production, online teaching, AI-powered lesson design, and I'm bringing my years of experience. Yeah? I'm bringing all of that into this. So it's going to be kind of practical. It's going to be hands-on training. And it's going to make you, for lack of a better word, genuinely dangerous in the best possible way in this age. Okay? It's not going to be inside the school. So please don't ask me, why is it? No, it's not going to be inside the school. It's a standalone program and it's going to be paid for separately. When it opens up, there's only one thing I want you to do. Run, don't walk. You will not see this anywhere. So those who access this training early, because it's specialized, are going to be positioned in a way that most of your colleagues across Africa and even the diaspora will spend years trying to catch up. You heard it here first. So watch this space. The only thing I'm going to say to you, don't ask me why it is not in the school. It is specialist training. And a prerequisite for it is that you have to even be enrolled in the school, because if you don't understand the fundamentals we've put in the school, you can't even go through the specialist AI training. It's going to be like night and day. So a prerequisite for having that specialist AI training is that you have gone through our school, you're in TAFs, and you have started to take in the bite-sized knowledge that we have provided in the AI pathway. I hope this helps the person who asked this question from Ghana. Okay, are you following? Please let me know. I'm just going to look into YouTube and know if you're following. Let me know if you're following. Sorry, I'm just going to YouTube to look at it, to look at what's happening. Are you following? Yeah? Okay. Let me know. I will just look at YouTube and then go back into this form to read the question. Okay. Okay. Now, the person that sent in this question, I especially like it. Okay? And I'll tell you why. And I want you to listen very attentively. The first thing the person says is, good evening. Since there is a general understanding that primary education is the bedrock and sustainable foundation of every educational system, I just, I glanced through it just before I turned on my video. I saw this question, I was like, what's really going on here? Yeah, I sincerely wish to ask a few reflective questions for deeper clarity and practical implementation regarding the TTT vision and finished teacher model. The first question this person is asking is, how can primary school teachers who handle multiple subjects simultaneously truly own, internalize, and effectively adapt this system in its full essence without becoming overwhelmed physically, mentally, and emotionally? I'm going to, the questions are long, so I'm going to take it one after the other. So this is his first question. Mr. Lukman sent this question, and I want to say, thank you. They're not questions that someone who is passive about learning will ask. So it's quite these questions, I've not even read everything, but this one first is someone who thinks in systems starts to ask. I'm going to say, I'm going to say this. The problem we're having in African education, and please feel free to quote me, is that we are operating education and teaching subjects in silos. If you were in Owerri and Lagos, I partly addressed this. Do you know the silo mentality is the bedrock of insular thinking? So you stand and say, I'm teaching maths. This other person says, I'm teaching English. The other person says, I'm teaching CRK. And you're not thinking that there's a connecting point. The silo mental, any organization that operates in silos, I'm this, without thinking in systems or thinking that the education of a child should actually be an ecosystem, then you're failing that child. So yes, a teacher can be managing multiple subjects. You can be teaching maths, English, integrated science, and you can resist the urge to be overwhelmed. In this school, one of the things that I have said to you is, I'm not trying to make you do more. I'm asking you to do things differently. Don't do more, do differently. The reason we have so many overwhelmed primary, secondary, all of these teachers is because they are trying to deliver six subjects in isolation. There's no connecting thread between them. There was something my mom used to say to me as a child. She said, because I didn't like English, I liked maths. And she used to tell me something, if you don't understand English, you will never be able to solve maths. There was a time I heard it, I couldn't unhear it. I had to embrace English. Do you understand? Every teacher should be a co-laborer when it comes to developing or grooming any child. You're a co-laborer. So your role as a teacher, even if you're teaching 6 to 10 subjects, primary one, and I know how they teach it, one teacher can teach all the subjects, is for you to find what is the connecting thread. Find what the nexus is. If you teach with culturally responsive strategies, and we covered that in week 2, when you use the 4 C's as a lens rather than an add-on, you will find that the 6 subjects stop being 6 separate things. They stop being 6 separate burdens, and then they become an integrated experience. Your role is to create an integrated experience for a child. Your role is to create an integrated experience that a child can see the relationship between maths, English, integrated science, social studies. And if they're separate teachers, teachers should be working together. Do you understand? I hope that is clear. So, for instance, if you're working in a school and all you do is teach maths, I would expect that this new week, whether you're in TAFs or you're not in TAFs, you have another teacher who is teaching English or social studies. I would expect that you sit down and start to ask them, what are you teaching? How can I make my math subjects or my maths lessons a connecting point for your social studies one? A student may not like to be in your maths class. Yeah? But a social student, he may like to be in the social studies teacher's class. By the time some threads are being reinforced in that class, he has no option but to sign up to be in your maths class. I'll say it again. The silo mentality is the breeding ground for insular thinking. My own, your own, my own, your own. There's nothing like that. You're responsible for giving a child an integrated learning experience. I hope that answers the first question. Now, the second question he asks, he said, how can a TTT structured, finished teacher professionally and wisely convince school owners, principals, HODs, headmasters, and headmistresses who primarily view schools as businesses rather than as a service to humanity, particularly in situations where a shift in orientation and mentality may be resisted to avoid perceived conflict, insubordination, or disruption of existing structures? Did you get that question? I'll read it again. How can a TTT structured finished teacher? So we now have a different category of teachers. It's not the regular thing. Professionally and wisely convince school owners, principals, HODs, headmasters, headmistresses who primarily view schools as businesses rather than as a service to humanity, particularly in situations where a shift in orientation and mentality may be resisted to avoid, I'm going back to the form, may be resisted to avoid perceived conflict, insubordination, or disruption of existing structures. We've answered this in the group before, but for the benefit of others. When people don't buy into your philosophy, you cannot use arguments to win them. You can't use an argument to win somebody. Like your change, this other person, is going to take them time to understand, to see what you're beginning to see. The way you can convince such people is to use evidence. So a teacher who has been through TAFs, whose students start to perform differently, think differently, engage differently. The sage on the stage model we've gone through. Guide on the side, we've gone through that. You start to produce students who are different. Okay? So if you produce people who are different, if you're able to see students who are performing differently, engaging differently, you have a more powerful context for argument than any conversation you can have about the philosophy you now have. You have a more powerful argument. So you're not trying to convince somebody, you're just saying, the person can say, what's really happening to you? Like, why are your students like this? Why are the pass rates better? Or why is this quiet child now more engaged in classrooms? Even parents now start giving feedback on you. That is proof. The easiest way to silence anyone is to provide proofs. Proofs make people shut up. So don't focus on convincing people. Your first focus should be on demonstration. Let your classroom be your evidence. Let the results that you start to produce spark curiosity. And then when the school owners or admin, the people that own the place, when they ask you what has changed, you really have something to point to. You see your teacher architect dossier? It's not like those things are not in contention. You've not really gotten the full picture yet until we start entering the local educator. And you need to now start positioning. Remember someone asked a question or put something and said, I didn't know that this thing I was learning, I was going to use it to apply for a scholarship. And what I was learning was what I had to use for the scholarship application. So you would understand it, there's something the Bible says, we see in parts. You will soon see in full. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Mr. Lukman. Don't convince anybody with argument. And I will say this is one of the things that has kept me constant in this area. One day, the world would awaken to what you've awoken to. One day. the world will awaken to what you have awoken to. It's not by being the loudest, shouting, no, don't do it. No, we don't win that way. We're a different breed, a different crop of people. But we're seeing it that this thing works. Remember at the beginning, I said what your students would what? Feel it. Are you still following? I'm just going to check YouTube. Are you still following? Are you still following? Let me know. I can't, I'm just trying to catch up on what's happening. Are you following? Is it making sense? Is it coming together? Okay. The third question this person asks, he says, do you genuinely believe that school owners, I'll just turn off YouTube. Do you genuinely believe that school owners already participating in this program will willingly introduce and recommend it within their professional associations, considering that many often see themselves more as business competitors than as partners in educational progress and transformation? I like this question, and I like it for several reasons. I shared with you in the group a few weeks back when I was talking about when we wanted to have the Owerri training, and so a school owner was approached, and she said, I don't like training my teachers because they would leave me. I cannot say if school owners in this program would recommend it to their competitors. Some will not. We are human beings. And I must be very honest with you. Some people will not recommend this even to their colleagues. They are seeing the change. Some people want to now become the sages on the stage. I said, this work has taken me close to 13 years building it. So it has become a lived experience for me. Okay. So don't worry about people who, whether they will recommend or they will not recommend. Yeah. People will compete. It's a normal human attribute. Competition is real. We cannot shy away from it. And then another thing with people is that some people will protect this thing that they see as an advantage. Some people always want to be on top, so they will protect it. Some people don't want to train their teachers because they don't want them to leave, but a new session will tell. And time is coming when the teachers who have awoken to this reality, or the schools that have awoken to this reality, will have more students or better students than the ones who have refused to awaken to this or to share it. So there are a few things I want you to consider. If we have school owners, yes, we do. Some of them I'm already interacting with them. Okay. If they're serious about education, if they're serious about the life of their learners, yeah, and they move beyond, I want to profit, they will eventually get it. So if we have, just imagine what will happen in Nigeria. Let's even use Nigeria alone. I'm not even talking about Ghana or the other African countries. If we have an education sector that is full of properly finished teachers, imagine it. An education sector full of properly finished teachers. Won't it be better for every school to be included? You gradually see that the ones who see what you're seeing will become your allies. And then the ones who do not will become irrelevant. Number 60 of those 60 things every educator must watch out for answers this question. Over time, students and parents will start finding their way out of those classrooms into something that is real. So don't bother about these things. A time is coming when people will be separated. The sheep from the goat, the lion from the mouse. Okay? So that's what I would say to them. We can't force human beings to recommend it. I would advise, if you see people you advise, that's fine. but we can't force them. We're not in their minds. Okay. The final question this person asked, it says, as a global educator, so in the Teacher Architect Finishing School, we have what we call the global educator. As a global educator and transformational leader, what is your honest take and advisory approach toward achieving a genuine mindset shift among African educators and school owners so that collaboration, service, innovation, and transformational learning can gradually replace unhealthy rivalry, fear, and profit-centered educational systems? I've always said this to you. Many people have schools, yeah? They have schools, but they're not passionate about teaching. It's a business for them. If you're in teaching, sometimes the pay is not great, I understand that, but today is not the day to even go into a lot of details. I'm looking at the time. It's not a day to go into a lot of details. So when we are talking about achieving a genuine mindset shift across Africa, this particular question, this question he asked, is the question I have given my entire life to, at least my entire adult life to. And one thing I would say to you is that mindset shifts do not happen through persuasion. They happen through experience. So a mindset shift would happen when a teacher is standing in front of a class and is trying something different. The classroom is feeling a change, or the atmosphere in the classroom changes. It happens when a school owner, sees retention rates improve. Maybe a parent notices something, maybe in the way a child is behaving or the way the child is talking about school. Okay. So again, people would awaken to what you've awoken to. I don't know who is genuine, who has a genuine mindset and who does not. But one thing I want to say to you is that what we're building is not a training program. We're building a body of evidence that any person who is a properly finished African educator can produce outcomes the unfinished ones cannot. I'll say that again. We're building a body of evidence that every properly finished African educator can produce something that the unfinished ones cannot. So one thing I'll say to you again is this: if we have large enough evidence that is visible enough, it is impossible to ignore the mindset shift. If our evidence is big enough, visible enough, the mindset shift cannot be ignored. You are part of building that evidence. So every lesson you have come back to say, I thought this differently. Everything you have shared, every question you have asked, every change you have seen in your class, every culturally related example you have introduced, and we're only talking about FP 101, which we have gone through for 4 weeks. Every student who has engaged differently because you gave them a reason is proof. It is your responsibility. So I'm really glad that you asked these questions, because the questions you've asked, you already believe that this is like a movement. It's a movement. We're addressing something deeper than classrooms are teaching. We're addressing something deeper than your teacher colleges taught you. You're addressing something deeper than your master's in education programs taught you. And sincerely, you're right. And because of you, these things will work. So don't take all this documentation we've asked you to do and those reviews, don't take them for granted. Okay? So, Lukman, again, thank you for your questions. Some hard questions. I hope I answered them the way you wanted. And even your thought pattern is impressive, because it's good. Your thought pattern is good. This thought pattern would make you one of the most important educators in this community that we're building. So thank you for your questions. Okay, so those questions were from Lukman. We had 4 of them. Did you get all the questions? Okay, and then he ends with this. Sorry, the questions are so long. I ask this question sincerely because I strongly believe this movement is addressing deeper systemic issues within African education beyond classroom teaching alone. And understanding how these realities can be navigated practically will further strengthen implementation and long-term sustainability. So thank you for your consistency, courage, and vision towards educational transformation across Africa. Thank you, Lukman. Okay, let me look at YouTube. Did you get those questions? Did you understand them? Did you get my answers? Are you going to be doing something differently? Did you get it? Are we still here? I'm trying to catch up on YouTube and just look at if there's anything that I need to address. Are we good to go? Are we good? Yeah, okay. So let me go quickly into some of the things that we said we're going to deliver to you. And cohort 1, if you're here, just do us the honors of responding, like, have these things been met? So this is our final class. Next week, we're going to be doing something entirely different. So I'm going to say this to you. I'm trying to look at or think back to what we promised. We promised 4 weeks of live classes, 60 to 90 minutes each Friday or Saturday. Have we delivered on that? Have we delivered on that? 60 minutes, 4 weeks of live classes. Have we delivered on that? Every week, showing up. Have we delivered on that? If we have, just put yes, we have. Yes, you have. Just, put that in. Have we delivered on the 4 weeks of live classes we promised? Yeah. Okay. Have we delivered on the community access that every week, every day, consistently, we have shown up in the group? Every day, 7:30, sometimes till 10, I'm there answering your questions. Have we delivered on that? Answering your question. There's no question that is useless. There's no question that has not, that we think is too big, it's too complex. We break it down there. And we show up every day. We promised you something, 6 weeks of community access. What this means is that after tonight, you still have 2 more weeks of supported community engagement. I'm still going to show up every single day in the group for you for the next 2 weeks. The communication lines will still be open. The resolution channels will still be open for the next 2 weeks. We're going to be there every single day. Okay? After the 6 weeks, we will still show up there because it's not just about learning. Remember, we've only done architect core. We have 6 more pathways. The next pathway is the classroom master pathway. So we promised you 12 months access to the learning platform. This is still going to be on a pathway basis. So the next pathway unlocking for you will be the classroom leader pathway. Okay. As each pathway unlocks, you will get an email from us. We would also drop a message as lessons unlock. You already know the drill. Every Monday, there will be a new lesson for a specific pathway. So the next lesson, the next pathway unlocking, you're going to be covering FP 102. Okay, FP 102, and that is going to run for 5 weeks. 5 weeks. As you complete each pathway, you're going to receive your digital verifiable badges for each pathway completed. And we're looking at the analytics. So see, we even know when you're speeding up, you're not listening or you're not doing things. We're looking at the analytics from the back end. You won't get that. You know how I am. If I tell you that you're not going to get something, you will not get it. So once you complete your pathway, you're going to get your digital verifiable badge. You will be able to use it on LinkedIn. I'm very, very big on making sure that African educators position well, beyond positioning well, that we produce the kind of learners that we will be proud of. I always tell you, posterity will judge you. So once you complete this pathway, you're going to read each pathway, you will get your digital verifiable badge. Okay? Now, there was another thing we promised. We promised 3 fast action bonuses for those who paid by the 15th, and then we extended it 3 times to accommodate as many people. Yeah? The first bonus we promised was the African Educators AI Command Kit. This will be in your learning area next week, and you'll be notified. Okay? I'm just looking here as well. You will get your AI command kit. It's not what people sell prompt. Don't forget my background is in AI. Okay? You will get that next week. You'll be notified. Please, I want you to remember that there is no lesson next week. It is a buffer week. It is your buffer week, time for you to rest, taking everything you learned from FP 101 because it's ending today. Rest, but then you have your AI command kit next week. Okay? The second thing we promised as a bonus was the group income architecture workshop. So this is going to be a live session. I'm going to sit with you to architect how money is going to come to you. Because money has a way of coming. We're going to sit down together in a workshop. I didn't say live class, workshop on how money is going to come to you. This will happen after you have completed FP 102. There are certain things that we cannot release until you have good understanding. Okay? Then the Global Educator Visibility Playbook is the third thing that we promised, and is going to also be a resource. And then the dates for release will be communicated. I would would decide within the TTT team. So those are the 3 things that we promised as fast action bonuses. Now, I have enjoyed, I'm going to turn off this. Okay. Let me not look at YouTube. Everybody's saying, thank you, Dr. Kachi. Thank you, Dr. Kachi. If I don't have a solid team, there are over 10 people in TTT team working behind the scenes every single day. So if you're thanking me and you're not thanking them, you are doing wrong. The people that come in every day in the resolution channel, the people that manage your payments and your reminders, the people behind the scene, making sure that the platform is working, the people IT team, can you just, say thank you, say a proper thank you. So don't just think it's Dr. Kachi. Yes, this thing has been put, but there are people, many hands are holding me. So I want you to really just say, don't just thank me. Thank the people who are working behind the scene. Sometimes the people who are the quietest are the ones doing the most work. So can you thank every TTT member, every TAFS member of staff doing this work every day, showing up. Some Saturday now, people are asking questions and they have shown up consistently without fail for 4 weeks. Consistently for 4 weeks. If you thank me alone, you've done the wrong thing. Thank the people that had, and they are still going to show up. So thank them well so that we can close well this night. I have a few things to say to you before we call it a night. And I'm just going to share this from my heart. I don't have any, I said I wasn't going to come in with any script or any PowerPoint presentation. I was just going to share genuinely from my heart. Are you ready? This is, well, before we call it a deal, let's because after this now, yes, and I said that I think we haven't finalized. We'll have 2 to 3 more live classes, but those will be at quarterly points so that we make sure you have gone through the pathways that you need to go through. And then we'll have the classes where you can ask all your questions. Okay? Okay. So if you listened to the live class yesterday, and for those who joined us from cohort 1, I made you a promise. I said I was not coming here to entertain you. And I told you I was going to tell you some harsh truth, and I did. But I told you one thing. I said by the time we finish, you will begin to see yourself and your future completely different. If you remember when we did, it was the session that played for people yesterday, but that was what I said to you. I said, I'm not here to play. I don't have time to entertain. The work is heavy. It is massive. And I've already asked you, have we done that? Have we delivered on what we promised? And it's not because we're looking for validation, but because I really want you to name it. Name what we've been able to do with you. And I want you to name it out loud. Everything that you have been able to see. Some of you are still in week 1, and that's okay. Life is happening. But one thing that is clear to me is that the shift that is going to happen, or the shift that has already happened in the last 4 weeks can only become permanent when you own it. The shift that has happened in the last 4 weeks that we've been together would only become permanent when you own it. I'll say it for the last time. The shift that has happened in the last 4 weeks will only become permanent when you own it. If I say to you, you are great, and you do not agree that you are great, there's nothing I can do about it. If you don't own that greatness, the things that you have seen that have changed, if you refuse to own it, the purpose you fail. I don't want to use the word fail because it's a big word. But what I'm saying to you is that you must own this shift, and it doesn't stop because we've come to the end of these 4 weeks. Do not forget that you still have 6 pathways in front of you. So let me tell you what I've seen from my side. The feedback you have been putting in the group, amazing. The DMs you send me, amazing. So many things are happening. Okay, I will just pick a few that I can quickly remember. Someone in Alimosho, I think it's Alimosho redesigned their environment lesson. And the person used Shasha and Akowonjo as her case studies. And what did she say? Her classroom came alive. Another person shared that she's not teaching in the formal classroom now, but she's been volunteering at her church, teaching YX students. And she used jollof rice to explain sequence and series. And that explanation translated to understanding. And it traveled from one student to another student across that room. I think that one really touched me because there are people in the group that are not formal education teachers, but they are children's church teachers. Some people are in university settings and they are saying things like these things I'm saying are the ones I manage to remember. If we share the feedback, there's no way you can finish reading the feedback in one day. Someone else said something about her fears caving in. And I think what touched me about that one is that she didn't say my knowledge has increased. She didn't even say, oh, I have new strategies. She said my fears have caved in. There's no way a course can ever do that. It is what finishing does. So to every person that is, you're listening to this, every person online, on YouTube, maybe you even came in here thinking that this was going to be professional development. And yes, in some ways we did that. But what we have done is actually more serious than that. we've dismantled something. We've dismantled the story you were told about who you are as an educator. We've dismantled the story that said you were behind. We've dismantled the story that said your context was a disadvantage. We've dismantled the story that said the world-class version of teaching is happening somewhere entirely different, and then we are trying to play catch up. We've dismantled it. All those stories that we have carried and embodied all these years were a lie. And what you have learned in these 4 weeks is what most African educators will never learn in their career. I'm serious. I think it was Chloe that said she feels cheated. She feels like she needs to go and collect her school fees for her first degree, her master's, and she feels like she needs to pay for her children's teachers to be here. And I'm not saying this, you know me already. For those who don't know me, my goal is never to shame anyone, but it's to, is to let you know that it's not because you are not capable. It's because nobody built this school that was always owed to you. And that's why we built it. That's why you're inside it. Is all of this making sense? So I want you to understand a few things. And I want you to take this, like this is phase 1. This is not the end. So let's be completely honest. 4 weeks of live session with me will be, we're finishing that tonight, but your access to the school will continue. You have 12 months on this platform. You have access to me. You have 2 more weeks of community support. You have over 200 micro lessons waiting for you. You have pathways you have not even opened yet. And then we also have the AI specialist training coming. I've already said it's a standalone program. Okay? Again, when we open it, do not walk. Please run. But there are 2 things I want us to do tonight before we close. For those in the school, I want you to look back at the questions you had before you started. Before you started this journey 4 weeks ago. I'm not asking about the course questions, the ones that you had. Hey, would this thing be scam? Maybe you will even be saying, am I even good enough to join this kind of program? Can I actually change? After all, I've been teaching for 30 years. Is it not too late for me? Some of you had those questions. Some of you were even asking, would this apply to my specific context? Would this apply to my school? Would this apply to the kind of students I'm teaching? And I want you to take some time to answer those questions to yourself. Do it honestly. Because if even one of those questions has shifted, you have your evidence of being in this school. You are not the same educator who came in here. The second thing I want to do is to charge you. I'm not here to motivate you. I do not even have time. If you know me well, I don't know how to use sweet words. Those ones are reserved for my husband. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to inspire you. I'm here to charge you. A charge is different from motivation. A charge is different from inspiration. Motivation, you see, is external, is extrinsic. Motivation can come from a session. It can come from a video. It can come from a speech. But then before you know it, it fades. Because when you are motivated, all the adrenaline rush, you're hyper, hey God, before you know it, it goes away. A charge is a different thing. A charge is different. A charge is when something is placed inside you that you are now responsible for carrying. When something is placed inside you that you are now responsible for carrying, a charge will never fade. It accumulates, you continue to add to it. So every lesson you begin to teach differently, or you've already taught differently, adds to it. Every student who now understands something because you changed your entry point adds to it. Every time you choose to be the guide on the side instead of the sage on the stage, it adds to it. I'm charging you this night. I'm charging you with something specific. I'm not asking you to be better teachers. Let me be sincere with you. There are 1,001 courses that promise better teachers. I'm charging you to be finishing schools for your students, for every learner that comes across you, for even your children sitting in your homes, for the children that are waiting for you to teach them in Sunday school, for the children that you would interact with in the mosque. Every time you think about the way this school was a finishing school for you, I want you to be that for every learner that comes across you. Because if you think about it, there's a child in your classroom who is being unfinished, deliberately unfinished, by the same system that tried to leave you unfinished. You know better from only one pathway. Let this become the finishing school, become the Bibles that these students will ever get to read. So you know what it has felt like being here. You know what it has felt like learning. You know what it has felt like going through the platform. And you know what it looks like when someone decides to finish what the system refused to start. Be finishing schools for every learner that you come across. I want you to go and be that kind of person for them. I want you to be that kind of person for them. Intentionally. You see, you will become teacher architect, and it's not because you have completed a course. It's because you have chosen to see your profession, your context, your students, your environment differently. Please continue to make that choice. So every Monday morning, do that. Every Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday night, do that. Each time the system pushes you back, each time a school owner, your manager at work, does that, continue to remind yourself what you are building. You must have staying power. You must have staying power. Keep choosing what you have learned. Keep choosing the you have become. We're only in FP 101, or we've only just completed FP 101. And I said it with my full chest at the beginning, and I'm going to say it again, even with more certainty, like I know my name. You have not seen anything yet. So I want to thank you for showing up. Thank you for asking hard questions. Thank you for taking what you learned, on Tuesday or Wednesday and trying it out the next day. That's the entire point of this program. I'm going to keep seeing you in the community. I will see you in the AI specialist program when it opens. It can run concurrently with the school, but I want to make sure that you already have the AI teachers toolkit in your hand. I'll see you in the advanced school. So remember what I said. The teacher architect finishing school is only tier 1. I've been building this for 13 years. And what you're seeing now is the tiniest bit of what we have built. Okay? More importantly, beyond seeing you in the community, I'm going to see you in the impact you're going to make. I'm going to see you in the students who begin to think differently. I'm going to see you in the parents who engage you differently. I'm going to see you in the communities that start becoming shaped by educators like you who are finally giving what they were always owed. So I'm saying something to you. If you don't remember anything else, go and be the revolution. Go and be the revolution. Don't just say I'm a student of TAFs. I want to see you doing big things. Okay? So just before we close, did you hear me? How are you feeling? Did you hear me? Because this is a very serious thing for me. This is the first time we're doing this. Can you still hear me? I can't see anything on YouTube, so I'm just looking in here. Go and be the revolution. You are the person for the job. Go and be the revolution. You are the person for the job. Go and be the revolution. You are the person for the job. Posterity will be kind to you. Let me tell you something. Is a principle that I have continued to hold all my life. I'm a Christian and I don't shy away from my faith. There's something the Bible says. It says a good man will build what? Inheritance, or will leave inheritance for his children's children's children. If you believe this thing I am saying to you today, you would approach teaching differently. Your mindset about teaching will completely change. I know that we need to pay our bills. There are a lot of things I cannot say out here. I know we need to pay our bills. But what you are doing, you're leaving an inheritance for your generations unborn. One day I will break it down to you. One day I'll completely break it down for you so you would understand this thing. So one more thing before we go this night. We're not having any lesson next week. Next week is something we have never done before. We're going to be holding the first ever Teacher Architects Foundation milestone ceremony. Our first Teacher Architects Foundation milestone ceremony is going to be online. So we're going to, 260 of you registered are going to be formally recognized for completing FP 101 and officially entering into the pathway journey. FP 101, our Architect Core Foundation. So this is not a graduation yet. Next week, Saturday, we're going to be having our foundation milestone ceremony. Your graduation would happen when you have gone through all the pathways. I'm not here to sell you, like the quick rich scheme. I'm not here to do that. I'm not MMM. I want to be sure that I have done my work in you. I want to be sure. So I'm not here to just go and take this course and take certificates. And if you're being sincere, FP 101 on its own is worth more than the amount you paid for this program. FP 101 is worth more than that amount that you paid for this program. So imagine all the other things coming. So remember, this is not graduation. We have not finished. You have not started the pathways yet. You have not yet built your architecture. We have only just started laying the foundation. Okay? You've crossed a major threshold. And we're going to explain what is going to be happening in the foundation milestone ceremony in the community, because we need to mark it properly. So we're going to provide you with the details in the community this week. I'm going to see you there. And then we also have a TAFS challenge coming up. Every teacher architect, there's a TAFS challenge coming up. And you also would be notified in the community. It's been an honor to serve you these past 4 weeks and to continue to serve you as you go through the different pathways. But I will have to move attention a little to those coming into cohort 2. So I'll have to show up for them the same way we have shown up for you. So go and be the finishing school for every every student that is going to come across you. You are the revolution. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you in the community. Good night. Before we go, I'm going to put back that screen of the Slido. Let me get it up for you. Yeah. Just have a look at it again before we go, but have a very good evening. And TTT team, can we have our TTT anthem? Have a lovely evening. TTT thing, can we have TTT anthem so that people can dance to bed this night? I don't have it. So TTT team have refused to play it for you. But anyway, have a good evening and I will see you. So yes, one more thing. If you are yet to sign up for cohort 2, run, don't walk. I'm serious. A time is coming, this price, you won't get it like this again, ever. We've made it simple. We've said you can pay instrumentally. But if you can pay in full quickly. Run, don't walk. Have a good night.
Teachers do, who deserves respect? Teachers do, who are we fighting for? Teachers, teachers, teachers. To the teacher crying in the bathroom, we see you. To the teacher
Out of authority, the old way is dead. Excellence is calling. Who answer? You said you wanted change in education, but are you ready to pay the price? No more excuses, no more complaining. Time to transform, not think twice. They gave you training, now what will you do? Will you rise up or stay the same? The children are watching, Nigeria's waiting. This is not a game, there's no going back from what you've learned today. No going back to the old tired way. Every lesson you teach, every standard you set. No going back, this is your moment, don't forget. TTT has equipped you, now show them what you're made of. No going back, no going back. Rise up with unshakable love. You know the truth about excellence, you've seen what greatness can do. But knowing is not enough anymore. The question is, what will you do? Will you settle for average teaching or push beyond what you've known? The choice is yours, the time is now. Your destiny must be sown. Building with brass and drums. Some will make excuses, some will find a way, some will keep complaining, some will seize the day. Which teacher will you be when the pressure comes? Will you fold under fire or become the one who overcomes? There's no going back, you're a warrior now. No going back, you've made a sacred vow. Every child deserves your best, every day demands your own. No going back, this is your clarion call. TTT has awakened you, now set your nation free. No going